Thursday night football, the Rams at the Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 2.5. The total's 54.5. Rome, I'm gonna start it with you, our friend from Rome. Tell us how you're feeling this week and how you feel about this game.
Well, I want to start off with, the obvious things that we know about the Rams, specifically after a loss under the McVay era. They're pretty sharp usually coming out. And that's we talk against the spread a lot on this podcast. Obviously, that's what,
It's the only thing that matters. I'm sorry, go ahead.
the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that matters. So who cares about wins or losses? Who's covering? Sean McVay covers after a loss. They lose last week off of, we could call it a letdown performance after they played the Bucks. They come back and are pretty flat at home in division. So that's inexcusable to be flat in division. And then you come back on another short week and you're back in division. So you could easily be 0-2 in division, right back down to, reality if they're not prepared this week. I think they are, but I don't want to touch either side just with this line right now at 2.5, it being Tuesday night. My lean's on the over at 54.5. Seahawks have obviously been able to put up points, and that offensive line didn't look too sharp in the first half. But I haven't been too impressed with what the Rams have been doing the past 2 weeks on defense. So a Rams offense that we know is going to be able to score points under McVay, and then an offense in Seattle that we believe will be able to put up points as well. So looking for the over here in this game. Like I said, no real leans on the side as of now. Line at 2.5. Totals at 54.5. So leaning on the over right now.
All right, and that's Rome at Romy Rome _ on Twitter. I'm sorry, guys, I really didn't introduce anybody. Soundman got you back here once again this week. How you feeling today, Soundman?
I'm all right, well rested. Unlike you, I'm not feeling week 5, but I'm here, so
All right, we can put this at the beginning of the audio. Rome, how you feeling this week?
Ready to go. Week 5. Let's be sharp.
All right. And we got our friend from Paris making his once a year, his annual appearance on the What's the Line podcast. But we love it. How you feeling today, Paris?
They finally let me at the doghouse, let me onto the big stage. I'm just happy to be here, man.
That is hilarious. All right. And if you know Paris, he's sharp, the prop god. He has a different perspective. He talks return of investment. So all of those that are similar to stocks, there's some alignment there. But yeah, let's get into it. Paris, how you feel about this game? Rams favored by 2.5 at the Seahawks, total 54.5, Thursday night football.
I like the Rams a lot here. This was one of the lines I pulled the trigger on early in the week. I think I got it at 1.5. I think it's a perfect buy low spot for the Rams, sell high on the Seahawks. Under McVay, Rams 13-6-1 versus spread after a loss. That's even better. 8-2 on the road following a loss versus spread. That's about 80% hit rate. Rams is actually, I think, this is a better team. They've held Seattle 20 points or less in the last 4 games, 20 points or less in 6 out of the last 9 games. I should disagree with Rome a little bit. I don't think Seattle's offense is that good. And I'm not even sure why. Because on paper they should be firing all cylinders, but it gets very stagnant. And
the offensive line.
Oh, maybe it's a line, but I was not feeling the Seahawks, and I think it's a perfect buy low spot for the Rams, sell high on the Seahawks. I'm back in the historical data with McVay. I think the Rams covered pretty easily this game.
All right, so Paris has a like on the Rams, and Soundman up. You're next. How you feel about this game? Rams favored by 2.5.
I'm gonna lean the Seahawks here. I want to start off by saying I got nothing for the NFC West anymore for the rest of this year. I can't get a gauge on any of the teams. I usually love them, and they're kind of It's not too early. I don't like what I'm seeing. We go 3-0 with the Rams. You take a L, to the Cardinals, and Cardinals are 4-0, and it's just such some weird stuff going on. Niners are still banged up. It's just like, what are the Seattle Seahawks doing? I don't have no gauge on these guys at all. If I could stay away from this game, I would. The stats that Parrish just read off, the 20 points, kind of convinced me, but I'm literally just leaning the Hawks here off the strength of Russell Wilson and his Thursday night magic at this point. I usually see him using a division game against like the Cardinals or something, or the Niners on a Thursday, and he's just pulling something out of his hat and winning the game, kind of like a 30-29 type of deal here. So I'm just gonna lean Seattle. Wouldn't bet it. I'm tired of NFC West. Go Hawks, man.